Hey everybody, welcome to the second part of Rattling On with Leumas. This show finally has a name. I had to come up with it really right before I made the thumbnail for the video that came out a little over a week ago, I think. And yeah, so we've done that, which is fantastic. We're looking at doing one of these about every week, I think, if I can manage it. Yeah, we'll work hard to try to make that actually happen. If I sound a little distracted, it's because I'm getting ready to record the footage. I'm just getting prepared to record the footage that's going to be up on the background of this video. And my Xbox had to update, so that's a thing. Anyway, so I'm just watching it download the update. Regardless, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on a bit of music for me in the background. There we go. It's pretty quiet. Hopefully it's not going to distract me too bad. But we'll see. I'm always going to try new formats for recording these because I have to figure out how to talk for like 20 minutes, and it's pretty crazy. And right now I'm wearing wraparound headphones, so if I'm talking a little weird, it's because I'm definitely not used to hearing myself this way. I'm used to recording with earbuds, so this is a little interesting. I was sick last week, which you know if you follow me on Twitter. It lasted 2-3 days, which is why there weren't any video releases. I didn't really want to release anything until I was ready enough to record other stuff. I just finished releasing the last episode 97 of Skyrim. So yeah, I got to record some more Skyrim, got to get this recorded, so I figured I might as well sit down and prepare everything. So regardless, yeah, I was sick, which is why the uploads weren't as frequent as I would have liked. I definitely had time to record, but I just couldn't because when your throat's really sore and you're really congested, it's not the best for commentary, as I'm sure you can assume. I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't want to listen to someone that's just like super, super sick sounding, even if they feel decent. If their throat is still like, oh, I can barely talk, and they're all like stuffed up all the time when they talk, it's just not the best. So yeah, anyway, I'm still seeing, this is really just a test for me to see if I can actually even keep up commentary for so long, because I'm still a little congested. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, and I'm just seeing how that will work out for talking over long periods of time, if it'll get worse, in which case I'll just, have to wait a little longer before getting back into recording. Regardless, though, I've said regardless millions of times already in this video. I figure we can talk a little bit about some of the other stuff. So last week I talked a bit about like Heroes of the Storm and like video games and stuff. So this week I'm going to talk a bit about video games too, but primarily about music. Because music is, aside from, well, actually, I'll rephrase it like this. Music is my life, and aside from music, I play some video games and stuff occasionally. I haven't been playing a lot of games recently, just recording-wise. When I'm not recording, I'm watching other people play video games, or I'm listening to loads and loads of music. And 2015 really has been this whole reinventing of my musical repertoire, per se, my musical library. Prior to 2015, I listened to a lot of just like, not a lot of older rock music, but I was a huge Bon Jovi fan, huge like Owl City fan. I listened to Eminem too, and I also listened to like just a lot of like pop music. And in 2015, I remember vividly, I was on iTunes, and I just for some reason was like, I'm gonna look up that Ain't It Fun song. I didn't know who it was by. And it's actually by Paramore, who is now, as I'll get to eventually, one of my favorite bands ever. But regardless, before that, I saw Ain't It Fun, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I wonder if there's other music like this. And I saw the Other Users Bought section of iTunes, and I saw Fall Out Boy. And I remember I was on, oddly enough, Owl City Radio, on iTunes Radio, and they played a Fall Out Boy song. And I wasn't a huge Fall Out Boy fan then, but I was just like, it's pretty catchy. It was Alone Together off of Save Rock and Roll, actually. And I was like, that's a good song, but I didn't really want to buy it or anything, and I didn't really listen to any more. But when I saw that other people had bought Fall Out Boy and I saw the same album cover, I was like, oh man, I gotta I gotta look into this. So I went and listened to the Save Rock and Roll album, loved it, ended up buying that album, found out that in about a month after I bought that album, they were going to be releasing another one, American Beauty, American Psycho. And that came out, my favorite album of all time by far. Every song on that album is just phenomenal. There's not a single weak point on American Beauty, American Psycho, in my opinion. So after that came out, I was like, all right, well, that's 2 albums, but when I get into a band, I get into a band. So I went back and listened to all their older music, and now I pretty much own their entire discography, I think. There's just like a couple like EPs that I don't own yet, but I probably will. So yeah, that's cool. Fall Out Boy is my favorite band right now. But then after I got into Fall Out Boy, I was like, oh yeah, there's Paramore, because they were the reason that I kind of discovered Fall Out Boy, I suppose. So I was like, all right, let's listen to Paramore. And I loved their self-titled album, so I went back and I bought Riot, their second album. I love Riot. Riot was great. So then I was like, all right, I'll just wait a little bit. And actually, their albums all went on sale for like $5.99 one day. And I was like, oh, yes, of course, I will buy all of them now. So now I own pretty much every Paramore song released. The only ones I don't have are Monster. Yet I'm gonna buy that one. I've been listening to it I've been watching the music video, honestly, just because I haven't had a chance to run and get an iTunes gift card for myself. So yeah, so I haven't been able to buy Monster yet. It's funny, I'm actually, because tax and everything, I'm actually like 1 cent short of being able to buy Monster on my iTunes library. So that's annoying. So that's why I've been listening to it a lot on YouTube. Anyway, so yeah, I got super into Paramore, and then I saw that there were other bands that were recommended in videos all the time. And then I believe the next band I started to get into was All Time Low, and they released, what's it called, Future Hearts this year, and the album's kind of hit or miss for me. I'm not going to lie, I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. I've listened to a little over half of it, and it's been out for a while. I just haven't really been feeling it lately. I've been listening to other music, honestly. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of, Paramore's library and Fall Out Boy's library, because they're my 2 favorites. So yeah, there's that. So someday I'll get to All Time Low, and maybe we'll talk about Future Hearts. Dear Maria, Count Me In by them is a fantastic song. Love it. But yeah, I'll probably talk more about that when I'm in more of the mood to listen to that. I don't get it, because Paramore's like a rock band, Fall Out Boy's like a pop-punk band, and, All Time Low's a pop-punk band. So I don't know why, I just haven't been in the mood for All Time Low, but whatever. I'm going to take a quick drink of water real fast. Okay, so, where were we? We were talking about All Time Low. All right. So next, I kind of got into Panic at the Disco, which is interesting for me. I still haven't listened to all their albums. In fact, I've only listened to their first one, which is A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, which I love. That's a great album. And their last one, Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. So, and that one is really hit or miss. And I have a feeling that Panic's going to be one of those bands that I'll either really like songs by them, or I'll be like, not a huge fan. Because there are songs, I mean, for the most part, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, I enjoy. I enjoy most everything on that album, really. Actually, it's what I'm listening to in the background right now. So I'm listening to that. What song is this? I think it's, what am I at? It's Nails for Breakfast, Tax for Snacks. That's quite a song name. Anyway, so yeah, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out is a great album. I enjoy it. And then Too Rare to Live, Too Rare to Die is like, half of it I enjoy, and the other half I just don't like. I don't know, it's a little like, it's got like vocoder effects in it that I'm not a huge fan of. Other than the one in This Is Gospel, that one's great. This Is Gospel is a fantastic song. So good. So the piano version, I can't decide which one I like better. The piano version is like super good though. As well as the, pop version of it. So yeah, that album, half of it I really like, half of it I don't really like. So it's kind of just one of those like, whatever. So yeah, I'm probably gonna someday go and listen to Panic's other two albums. It's called like Pretty Odd and then like Vices and Virtues or something. I don't know. I'll probably check those out sometime. But yeah, those two albums are overall pretty good. There's the only thing is if you're not a fan of swearing in pop music, and this bothers me that artists do this. There's not a clean version of Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. There's actually not a clean version of any of their albums. So every once in a while, I know in A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, there's occasional swearing. But I feel like on Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die, there's a lot of swearing. And there's a place for swearing. Swearing doesn't really bother me that much if it's in like hip hop, but if it's in pop music, I'm just not a fan of it. So I can't really explain that. It's just kind of some weird double standard that I have. And it's really, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying here. But anyway, so yeah, a lot of artists don't release clean versions, it seems like, for pop music or for pop punk music. I know like there's not a clean version of Future Hearts, there's not a clean version of Save Rock and Roll, or there's some swearing in like Folie à Deux by Fall Out Boy. I don't think Paramore's ever swore. Now that I think about it, I don't think so. So there, if you want if you want to listen to a fantastic band, Paramore, they're amazing. I can't pick a favorite album, because they're all great. My least favorite is probably their debut, All We Know Is Falling. Just because that one sounds, I don't think it's aged quite as well. There's some songs on there that are still amazing, but I don't think it's aged as well as like Riot or Brand New Eyes. Anyway, though, so that aside, oh yeah, one more thing about Paramore. For some reason, in the music video for Still Into You, Jeremy is wearing yellow pants, and he looks so happy in that music video, and it makes me want to get yellow pants so badly. I don't know why. He just looks super happy. It's amazing. So yeah. Other than that, that's my music talk. I guess now I'll talk about video games, because, that's what my channel is. It's video games, right? Yeah. So video games, I'm not playing them, and I don't know why. Like, I have a huge backlog of games, because for a long time I would like get allowance, and save it up and just buy video games. I bought like a bunch of PS3 games, quite a few Xbox games. I think now I actually own more PS3 games than Xbox, and I've had a PS3 for like 2 years now, and I've had an Xbox. No, it's like a year and a half actually for my PS3, and I've had my Xbox for like 7. So I like my PS3 a lot. But yeah, regardless, as I was saying, I used to buy a lot of games. I don't anymore. I'm not sure if I've bought a game in 2015, honestly. Now I've just been, either not spending my money or buying, like guitar accessories, because I'm a guitarist, or like, I saved up and I actually bought a whole new like microphone stand and everything a while back, and that was a big purchase. I had to buy like a pop filter. I got a nice mic stand, a nice mic clip, so that's all cool. Or I've been buying music. Like I've bought a ton of music in 2015, a ridiculous amount now that I think about it. I'm gonna look, because these are all artists that I know I've only listened to in 2015. So I'm gonna pull up music here real fast. Let's see, I bought Against the Current, 11 songs. All Time Low, 13 songs, and this is one album. Evanescence, one album, which was 12 songs. Fall Out Boy, 7 albums for a total of 75 songs. Let's see. Panic at the Disco, like 5 songs off of 3 albums, and I just bought like my all-time favorites. Pretty soon I'll probably end up buying the entirety of A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, because that's a great album. Paramore, 4 albums, 49 songs, and then I know this had to be 2015. Patrick Stump's Soul Punk, which is an album of 16 songs. So, needless to say, I've spent a fair amount of money on music this year, and it's really one of those things. For a long time, years ago, I didn't listen to music at all. And then probably about 3 years ago, I started getting back into music a lot. And then this year, my taste just completely changed. And now, I'm buying a bunch of music. I'm just getting a bunch of music that I'm really, really looking forward to owning and having and, just listening to all the time. It's great. Music's been so good. So yeah, as I said, I have not been spending money on video games, mainly just music. Anyway, so with that said, we'll get back to video games. I have a huge backlog of games that I need to play and games that I probably should record. I mean, right now it's like a lot of Skyrim. I'm aware of that. And it probably will be, at least until episode 100. So, I know 3 more episodes until it's not a ton of Skyrim. Yeah. I do want to finish Skyrim. But at the same time, if you missed the last episode, at this point in Skyrim, we've done the Thieves Guild, the Mage College. I forget what it's called. We've done the Companions Guild, and we're halfway through Act 2 of the main story. So that leaves, I think, 4 things for us to finish. One, which is the main story. That's going to take a while. Then there's the Dark Brotherhood. There's the Dragonborn and Dawnguard DLC, along with Hearthfire. So I'll count that as one thing, even though it's 3 different DLCs. And then there's also, what is it called? The Daedric quests. I'm probably going to do all those. So, yeah, I believe that's pretty much it. I don't really have too much else to talk about. Other than, I guess I could talk about some other stuff that I've wanted to record. Lately, because of and I mentioned this in last week's Rattling On episode, I have my personal ban against playing Nintendo games, my personal boycott, because I think their policies are ridiculous. So because I don't have access to a lot of Nintendo games to play on this channel, I run out of things to play. I mean, I'm honestly extremely tired of Minecraft. I'm just tired of it at this point. I've been into it pretty heavy for a few years, but now I'm just kind of done playing it for now. So the games that I want to play are all rated M, and I get that my commentary is always pretty much E. Maybe when I get mad, it's closer to E10, maybe teen, but it's all family friendly pretty much. There's no swearing, and it's like TV, I guess. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm as good as TV, obviously, but I'm just saying, if it's like a show, the whole family could watch. A lot of the games that I want to play, though, are rated M, and I've been trying to conflict myself into actually playing them, just because, I mean, I wanted to play, GTA 5, free roam. I kind of did that by recording GTA 5 for, the Rattling On episode last week. This week, I'm gonna, I think, record Halo Firefight in the background, which is why I had to update my Xbox, because the Halo games are obviously Xbox only. Probably Halo Reach, maybe Halo 3 ODST. Haven't decided yet. So, yeah. And other than that, I want to play things I kind of want to play Borderlands, just because it's a fun shooter. So, I will probably do something like that soon enough. Just something that I can play in the background and have fun, too. Or not in the background, but I can actually play as a series and have fun with. If I play Borderlands, it's not going to be the remastered edition or whatever. Is Borderlands 1 remastered? I think so. I'm not going to play that because I don't have a PS4 or an Xbox One yet, surprisingly. I'm surprised I haven't gotten one, but maybe someday. Anyway, we're approaching the 20-minute mark, and I think I'm actually going to call it here. So if you're liking these videos, feel free to let me know down in the comments if you want me to keep doing them. Pretty soon we'll have a guest on, hopefully. I'm going to try to get in touch with some friends, see if they're going to want to be guests on the show. and rattle on with me for like 20 minutes about nothing and everything all at once. That's what this show basically is. So with that said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.